I think it's time for me to actually see a professional. I think it's time for me to see a piercer and try to stretch. Go to get my ears stretched. I've never gone to a piercer to get my ears stretched. Literally ever in my life. But every time I try to stretch now, okay, something that never works. It's just that it's like, it's work. It's so much work. And I hate it. I know what I need to do to stretch my ears, and I know what I need to do it safely. My issue is that it's so much fucking work, and I'm trying to go back to 2 inches like I used to be. I'm somewhere in the 30s. I don't know what millimeter size I am because I lost my little measuring thing. That's a whole nother fucking story. And I have all these old ass plugs that are silicone, acrylic, other porous materials that are just not safe for stretching. I'm pissed because I've never gone to get my ears stretched. Like, y'all don't understand how okay. Because I knew people that were trying to be apprentices of tattoo artists, apprenticing to do piercing. I knew what they were going through, and I knew that there was like this weird like hazing thing that was going on. And, oh my God, I forget her name every time. This girl on TikTok has talked about it before. Because it was like hazing, like so many weird practices and traditions that were happening. It just made me feel unsafe going to a piercing place because, I don't know, they would just look at me weird and they would like grill me on like all these different like questions about stretching and piercing and just be hard on me for no reason. And I'm just like, girl, I'm throwing money at you. Like I'm freshly 18. I'm throwing money away at you that I do not have, that I should be using somewhere else. And I'm choosing to spend it on you. Like, stop grilling me on shit. Let me just get my piercings and go. They would just like look at me weird and grill me and just be super judgmental and shit. And I was like, okay. When I finally became of age and I turned 18, I was like, cool, I'll go to get my ears stretched now. Bro, I tried that once and never again because the whole situation was awful. That whole interaction was just really awkward and, oh God, all of the piercers that were there just refused to service me. Like, they made me wait, I'll say about 30 minutes. I won't say an hour because I don't remember how long it was. I remember it passing well over 30 minutes. They like pierced other people and then looked straight at me, sat down, did nothing. Like, we're talking to each other, and I just got up and left because I was like, fuck this, dude. Like, and I asked them, like, how long is it gonna take? And then, like, I'm freshly 18 at this point. I am really trying to like get my ears stretched and do it professionally and do it the right way because I knew I was doing it the wrong way before, but I didn't care back then. And I also knew that I wouldn't have a guardian to go with me when I was younger getting them stretched. So now that I'm 18, you know, at that time I was like, cool, I'm 18 now. Let me go get a piercer, or let me go to a piercer and get it done professionally. Never got serviced. And the owner was there, saw them do that to me, didn't say a word. So I don't know if they got in trouble for it or what, but I'm pretty sure he didn't give a fuck either. So I was like, okay, like, okay, so this is not gonna work. You're not gonna service me, and we're just gonna move on. I never went back to professional for many years. I always just got everything else pierced. And I was very strict, like, or not strict, but I was very like direct. I wanna get this pierced, and how much is it? Cool, now. Bah. And I made sure to always like tip really well. I made sure to over tip because people are really stingy with tips when it comes to piercings and tattoos and stuff. So I just knew people in the industry, so I knew how stingy people can be. So I never wanted to be that. I wanted to be like an over tipper, show my appreciation for these people and just have them be paid what they're worth. I never went back to get my ears stretched by a piercer ever again because of that experience. So now that I have all these, and I'll show you what I have in my collection, but now I'm trying to go back to my 2 inches. I had to size down, and now I have this big old box full of plugs. Look at all this shit. Look at all this shit. Not one of these shits fits in my ears. Not one of these holes fits in my ears, bro. I bought these like last year. They're ear weights so that they hang and weigh down my ears long enough so that way I can, you know, they can stretch little by little. I like the way that they stretch, but I didn't realize that the size that they stretched out to, I had nothing in here to keep them. None of these are the size that I was at. They were either way too big or way too small. I was just sitting here like, oh, great. I love that for me. Look at these plugs, by the way. I've had these plugs since oh my God. Since like 2011 or something. These two are from Plugs by Emma, by the way. These are old plugs, bitch. Emma, if you see this, I still got these shits. Look how tiny. Oh my God. I have silicone. I also have these like a lot of acrylic ones, different sizes. It's just my 2 inches. Can you imagine? I used to be this big. Look at that. I used to be this big. My earlobes used to dangle out like that. And honestly, in retrospect, it's not even that big. I always say that. It's not even that big. But like, I mean, it's bigger than where I'm at right now. I'm so small now. So yeah, that's where I'm at. I'm mad. I don't like it. Anyways, do you see my dilemma? I don't have any plugs currently. I have to buy new plugs for my new freshly stretched ears. And I honestly would just rather pay a piercer. But my dilemma is that I'm traumatized from the last situation. But I was 18 back then. That was almost 15 years ago. I'm pretty sure it wouldn't happen now, but I don't know. I don't know if I'll actually do it. I can't even spend money on shit right now because I'm moving soon, so I can't even do that. But we'll see. From now to the time I move, I'll be able to make a decision on what I want to do and if I even want to, continue with this. If I even want to actually stretch or if I'm just like in a funk. I genuinely am terrified of going back to a piercer for the sake of stretching my ears. I can go to a piercer for anything else. I can ask for any piercing, no problem. But when it comes to stretching my ears, that one experience really fucked me up. Like, really, really fucked me up. So we'll see how that goes. I don't know. I'll let y'all know what happens. I might take y'all on that journey with me. If I do go to a piercer, I'll vlog it. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see.